Hello, 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 hello. Sometimes, I was away for a little bit and everything just goes out the door. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for checking in. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. We're here. Oh, yeah. Did you read about that? General Hospital. Luke Spencer. Out, kids. How many of you? What you need to know about Luke Spencer's death. Gosh, more death. I can't. I can't. I didn't know that's what was going on. I knew something was going on, but I didn't know that was going on. Back to life, back to reality, back to 11:11 with Jenna. Yes, I missed you guys. Hello, William D. Hello, Bonnie, Julie, Luce, Carl, Patty. Mama Grace, where are you? Mama Grace, we're watching a really cute movie downstairs. Super cute. I don't even know what it's called, but it's cute. I love these glasses. They're rose. They look a little orangey, maybe. They're rose. I almost bought some orange glasses. They were having this big sale, and then they have the clearance. I always go to the clearance. One time at Kohl's, you know that Kohl's Cash stuff? Are any of you Kohl's Cash people? Well, when I used to live in the big city of Willits, like in the middle of nowhere, Kohl's was, you want to go to Kohl's? They're having Kohl's Cash weekend. Oh yeah, I'll meet you at Kohl's, okay. Go to Kohl's. We'd buy I don't know, a vacuum, and then you get all this Kohl's Cash. Hi, Ginger. Mama Grace, hi. So then Ginger knows what I'm talking about. You're living in Willits. Girl, you go over to Kohl's. It's like big time. You get this cash, right? So then I go to hi, Mama Grace. Then I go to the, you go to Ukiah to Kohl's, and you go to the clearance section. Once they gave me money back. They were like, I guess we'll just pay you back because the jacket was, I don't remember, the jacket was like $1.98. Hi, Bill Goodwin. The jacket was $1.98 and I had $5 in cash, Kohl's Cash left, and they went, here's $3, and they didn't say two is, they went, here's your money. Why do people do that? Ginger, come be a guest on the show sometime. It would be fun. Fun. Hey, Ginger, actually, it's Displaced and Share tonight. As in share. If you believe in the freedom of music. Share. That share. Yeah. And Displaced. Oh, check it out, kids. Wow. Now there's 12. Friday night. Didn't get paid. Actually, my Patreon just went through. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You have $20 to spend. Oh, wait. $20 to spend, but haven't felt after shopping yet. Yeah. Well, anyway, how did I get on the Kohl's Cash? Oh, these were on their clearance. Not Kohl's. On the company that I bought them from. Because I wrote them and said I would like to be an influencer for you, like an over 50 influencer, because all their influencers are 22 and they think they know everything. Hi, Rob Morocco. Hey, can we see a Morocco tonight? Ginger, you've never seen a Morocco. You've never been on 11:11 until you've seen a Morocco. I don't know, it might be too cold. Is it too cold for a Morocco tonight? I could use a little Morocco action. I went to my friend's, dear friend's funeral today, and I'm telling you what, I've never been to a more heartfelt, I've been to a lot of funerals. I've created memorials for people, but this was like, it was exactly what like a traditional funeral would be like. Moroccan and rolling. Ginger. Yeah, you do at 22. I know everything. realtor, and yeah, it was just beautiful. What was a trip though was everyone, well, the minister person, reverend, I don't know what he is, was, we were, okay, me, remember, were you guys on? Hey, sorry, gotta dance. 11. It's you right now. One friend. You have 22. And it's basically Suzanne. So anyway, the organist that was on the show a while back, remember? He's the organist at this church. This church is where we were, where the big pipe organ was. He and I didn't plan on doing anything together. So he was way over there, and then the minister was way over there. Guess who was in the middle on the altar? Like, I'm on the altar sitting there going, I'm sitting here where I grew up in a Catholic church. Thank you, Patty. I think that's, I didn't put a post-it there. I can't find my post-its. Edit privacy. We are public. So I'm up on the altar in pants. I didn't even have on a pretty dress. I wore, it's really cool. I have these silver gray velvet pants. They're the bomb. That's not a pretty photo of me right there right now. I'm telling you. Uh-oh, did I freeze? Really cool. I have these silver. That's so weird. I'm frozen in real life. That's right here. Not a pretty photo of me right there right now. Rob, it's 9 degrees here. We still couldn't do a Morocco if we wanted. Maybe if I go like that, what happens? So anyway, I'm on the altar. Okay. And the funeral for Dr. Jeff. I'm just so sad because, okay, I was frozen to me. The organist says, "Hey, Jenna, come here." Before people are there, but you know, it hadn't started yet. He calls me over and I slip and I fall on the altar. Like, my ankle went this way and I'm like, ah! I'm on the altar. And he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I go, "I'm fine." Just fell really, and I'm like going, "Gosh, golly gee, that really hurt. That really smarts." Oh, it hurt bad. Yeah, on the altar, Ginger, I fell. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be up here. Anyway, I did sing, and the whole thing was beautiful. And his eulogy, that he was part of the community for so long and did such wonderful things. And I have this really cool idea that I can't wait to talk to I think it's a cool idea. And it may already be in action. And if it's already in action, I want to be part of it, but I can't really talk about it. But what I still cannot talk about is May 24th. It's a Tuesday. I know, school night. May 24th. Be in Manhattan. Just kind of be in Midtown. Yeah, that was me. Be in Midtown. Hi, Karen. Morocco's, Julie, Bonnie, Karen, Ginger. Be in Midtown around 7-ish. Because Rolf and I got a gig. Rolf and I got a gig. That's my displaced and share for the night. I have a gig with my guitar player that I haven't played with. February 28th will be 2 years. Yeah, it was me. I was the echo. Oop. Thank goodness that counter's there now, or I would have totally just wiped out. I would have hit the refrigerator. I would have been like I was on the altar today. Actually, these were I know I've worn these before, but displaced and chair. I have a couple little things. I fixed it. I just lowered the volume. So anyway, it's May 24th. It's a Tuesday. I was thinking Wednesday night, maybe we would go to Red Farm. Just put it out there. Like the kids do save the date. I'm doing a save the date. Manhattan, baby. Way too long. I remember you selling out Yoshi's more than once. Oh, Julie or Ginger was there. I remember the first time I was at Yoshi's and it was pouring rain. And it's a Monday night. And it was my first time. It was my record release for my record Under the Influence. Pouring. Because I think it was in February-ish. Pouring rain. And Yoshi came up to me and said at like 7:15, sorry, not sold out. Sorry, not sold out. And I'm like, sorry, not sold out. I thought, nope, not sold out. Thank goodness you weren't in a dress earlier. Oh, well, I could have split my pants with the way I fell. They're such cool pants. I love them. They look like a Weimaraner. Weimaraner? That's the same color as a Weimaraner. They're that gray velvet. If I had another pair of those, I'd wear them every day. I think I'll have to find some at a Goodwill. Anybody? And then my brother walked backstage and he goes, you know, it's pouring rain out. And I go, I know. Nobody's going to come. And there's a line around the block and it's sold out. I was like, Andre and I killed it that night. It wasn't just Andre and I. It was the whole band. Wear them until you can't. Oh, I know. I almost couldn't after today. They would have just, but I was like, and you know, there were 100 people. Yeah, they saw me. But I was trying to be super cool. Oh, Ginger Flower. You guys, Ginger Flower is my friend from the Bay Area, born and raised in Berkeley, girl. I mean, like, oh, land, you just made me laugh out loud. Oh, me falling on the altar? Yeah. And I didn't even I had on these, here's the problem. I have those taps, you know, those heel protectors on the bottom. And one of them did that, you know, when the screw gets loose. Screw's loose. Fall on an altar. Yeah, could have been bad. I wonder if they got that on video. They also did a, Ginger Flowers, because she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. They did a live stream of the funeral. And they didn't just have a camera there, like they pop. You were reminding me that I used to have a pair of red velvet pants. Where are they, Suzanne? Oh, red velvet pants. I had blue. I had a blue velvet suit. I had a royal blue. Two things just happened. Like I said, two cool things happened just now. Ladies and gentlemen. Rob Morocco. I sounded like this. Uh-oh, Morocco's got his jacket on. I'm going to put my coat on just because. So we've had this conversation before, but I really need to find a much warmer coat than I have. What do you people wear up there in Canada? Okay.
Well, as you know, like some of the trendy people wear, Canada Goose, but most everybody I know has got rid of them because of the coyote fur and all that stuff. And so same with my daughter. So they're not using fur anymore. I think it's fake. But I use Columbia. I think it's fake fur now. Maybe in China, maybe it's different because China's a big customer. But Columbia for me, I've been using Columbia for about 20, or North Face. It can get a little expensive with North Face, but
warm though. I mean, how do you know? Do you say like on the tag? Does it say can go 40 below zero and still you're okay?
Absolutely, yeah. It'll have Thinsulate. It'll have materials. Down is really good, but at the same time, yeah, it's like you say. This is I don't even know. I think this is a Columbia coat too, but I've got a few. So this is an extra warm one. It's kind of beaten up a little bit, but I've got at least 5 or 6 different, coat on top of coats when it gets really cold. Like,
do you wear coat on top of coat?
Yeah, like you can get ones where you can unzip the one coat from underneath it when it's really cold. Like if I did skiing, but I'd say. Yeah, I mean, coats like Columbia, North Face, but you're probably not going to find them. Like nobody in Michigan's going to buy a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow coat like this one.
North Face, totally Berkeley. That's like it's all Berkeley.
Sure, yeah, the light jackets and things, but so they do have some bigger winter coat. But that's like you say, there's a few others, but Columbia is one that for skiing, designed for the mountains up here for sure, and it's yeah. Especially like here,
I need one with a heater inside it. My friend has a Canadian Goose. Is that right? Yep. Canadian. And we went for a walk the other day, and I have my coat, which is warm. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, ginger flower. Right. We want to see Carl's blue velvet pants that lace up the side. I'll wear something that laces up the side if you wear something that laces up the side, Carl. So and we both had our hoods up. And my hood was completely frozen because it's, acrylic fake fur. Hers was like, because it's real fur.
Yeah, that's why they use it.
Interesting. Yeah, I thought that's why they do that.
Yeah, that's the real fur part. But it's like, even though this was Canada, like Edmonton was a trading post in 1895, it was just a fort. Of course, it was all for the fur industry. It's a huge, but it's very, different than that now here. So everybody's caring about animals. But yeah, I'll show you before I do this first. Like it's been ridiculously cold. It's 3+ weeks of -30s and 40. Today is better, but I told the girls. Oh, let me just flip this. You don't want to see my mug.
Oh yeah, Ginger. Okay.
Like the winter. So I just wanted to show. You can
walk on top of that snow. It's not even. It doesn't even. It's not soft. It's all hard, frozen snow.
Most of it is. Like right now. I don't know if you can hear it squeaking, but the colder it gets, the more it squeaks louder. But today I was like heartbroken. I've been working pretty hard. So here's a little bird feeder we do. Normally it's taller than me, but it's actually shorter than me now because of all the snow. And so I put this fence around because my dog will come in here and eat all the seed. We had another dog that had passed away years back, a Yorkie, and it would eat seed and would have to bring it to the vet, and they'd have to pump it full of water and try to get all the seed out. So that's there. But today I looked out and I saw about 10 or 12 sparrows, and they were just huddled, just like staring at this, and I thought, oh my God, did I run out of seed? And so I quickly raced to the store and got more seed to fill it up. So, but anyway, it is winter time. This is my nice fountain.
So you feed them. Don't you have the bird spa?
I do. So I'll show you that. Oh my God, this wind is just nuts. It's right now. It's -27, but it's
-27.
Which is warmed up.
Frozen.
I know the water is still okay, but the outside just keeps constantly, excuse me, freezing. So, but it's still, they're on there grabbing water, and this was like a massive block of food that's now down to a little shrivel. But they were sitting on that white fence, all sad, puffed up, like expecting the food to appear. And I was like, oh my God, it ran out. And we didn't have any left here. I'm feeding them every day. They'll eat that thing in a day. And I ran to the store quickly as fast as I could. Let me just put this here. There we go. As fast as I could, so I could feed them, because again, some of them won't make it through the night if they don't have food in them, right? So
you are just 30 below zero weather right now. No hat, no gloves.
I felt it. Believe me. Normally I've got a thing on. You can't see my hands, red as can be, but I do have a massive thick coat on. What's that? Cam's like, she won't come on camera. She's like, all right, Miss Carol, do I got it widescreen? Fingers. Okay, I think this is right.
Ready, we're getting ready.
Yeah, poor.
Yeah, hold on, let me don't go yet. Yeah, Carol?
He went out with just shoes on.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
In the snow.
All right.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
That's going on, because this is going to come on my head.
Can you see? Are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is. That is. That's like.
Oh no, they couldn't see you. They missed it.
Oh, because it didn't flip from one screen to the other type thing?
Yeah. Can you do it again?
Just got 1 second.
Ginger's never seen a Morocco before. Do you mind doing it one more time?
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to do one thing. I'll come back in 2 seconds. Let's put me on hold because I got to go defrost my ears really quickly, and I'll come right back.
Oh no, he's going to go defrost his ears, everybody.
Yeah, 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Well, the drum roll, I turned it off quick and before it happened, but I saw it.
You probably have to put yours on silent, but yeah, I'll be right back.
I need to mute next time. I won't do the drum roll.
Okay, thank you.
Now I'm here. Hello. What's going on? My name's Jenna. I'm here every day, 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week, 11:11 with Jenna. That's always 11:11 somewhere. Tell your friends. 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. Eastern time. That means it's 8:11 in California. So when I'm in California, it's hecker early that I'm on. It's hecker early that Julie's on, that people are on in California, or Suzanne's up in Washington State. They're on at 8 in the morning. I'm like, dudes, go back to sleep. They're 11. Ready? Come on. Thanks, Ginger. That means there's 12. Hi, Karen. How are you? We're watching the cutest movie. Have no idea what it's called. Zero idea. We tried to watch Anxious People. We didn't really care for it. I was like, I don't need more anxiousness right now. But it wasn't really our thing. No, because in the first 5 minutes, something really not cool happened. I went, okay, I got to give you my long earrings to show. Yeah. I know, I was looking tonight. I'm like, I've worn every single pair of earrings that I have. I think I've worn all my necklaces, probably not. Yeah, I don't want to watch Anxious People. It's probably really good. I'm sure once you get into, you know how sometimes you watch a show, we watched the next installment of Sex and the City. It's going to be over in 4 episodes. I'm so bummed. Maybe 3. Yeah, aren't these fab? I got them in, I think these. So I've gone through all my earrings. Sometimes I miss it because the other people isn't. Right. But I need to start rocking new earrings or just go back to diamond studs. Bummer. My father gave me diamond earrings the Christmas that he left the planet. I was gifted diamond earrings. Hello, Michael Bartoloni. Michael Bartoloni. And I like to wear them, and I used to wear them, like, back here, but when I sleep on my side, they hurt, and then I take them off, and then I lose them. I can't do that. Those earrings would be great. Oh, yes, they would. Let's go. They would really be great in New York on May 24th. May 24th. I don't think I'll wear these earrings, but I'm debating. I don't know what I'm going to wear. I might wear a suit. I like to rock the suit. I'm kind of a suit gal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this? For those of you that are just tuning in, thank you. 15 of you, my name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. I'm here 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week. If you have not been a guest yet, please, please, please be a guest. What about my mom? Well, of course, Grace. Where do you think I learned how to like jewelry? My mom and my dad give me all my jewelry, or I buy it myself. That's right. I like, this is my friend Carla's ring. She didn't own this ring. She made this ring. Absolutely. Oh, I lost 2 people already, but we're about to gain a Morocco or 2. Morocco. I'm so sorry. I hope you're not frostbitten. Put a hat on.
I'm going to put this to help my nose.
I saw this woman today. She said, this is what we're all going to look like once we take off our masks. We're all going to look like this. And she was going, making all these weird going.
But yeah, I've got like
I'll never
giant gloves.
Oh, let's see the gloves.
So these gloves are they're like super warm, of course, but they're mitts. Like I won't wear gloves with the fingers when it's really cold because it's over. And I've got a ton of these things. You'll probably like them. They look like stoles, mind you, on a black. It doesn't quite show very well, but it's ones where you tuck over your head.
What? Wait. What is that?
So it's kind of like those, it's a neck warmer, but you pull it over up to your face, but it's super warm. So I've got many of those as well. So I think we probably have about like 8 in this place. So, but
I have my gloves today, Glittens today.
Ah, okay. Yeah, here it's mitts or we freeze. Like Carol's got, you had woolen underwear or whatever not underwear, long johns, like very thick.
They're Sherpa fur lined.
Sherpa fur lined. And you were still cold when you came back in. So like today's.
I want to get one of those North Face, like full on suits.
Yeah, I've got a skidoo suits. Yeah, I mean that's what we call them, skidoo suits, like for skidoo.
I want a skidoo suit, or I want to go to Hawaii quick. One or the other.
They need a ski outfit.
Which when we went whale watching, we had to wear those wetsuit combination one piece. And Carol's like, "What happens if I have to go to the bathroom?" And he goes, right? "Going in the suit. You got it for 2 hours. We're not taking it off because it was too." Wound up. All right, I'm going to jump out with this one. Again, it's not as cold as it normally will be. Like tomorrow will be quite cold and later tonight. And then we might have a warm up in the middle of the week next week.
It's supposed to be warm here. Right now, what is the temperature here right now? It's 7 degrees where I am.
Oh my God. That's our stuff. Remember I said a week or 2 ago, eventually it's going to come and get to us. So
do I have to turn it this way?
You can.
Yeah. I'm muting so I can scream when this is happening.
Okay.
We have a police helicopter.
Oh, police helicopter's flying over. Are you ready, Jenna?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when you're walking through there, are you just getting ice shards all over your head?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, did I get it right, or where do I got here? I'm trying to get the camera set up right. Oh, sorry, hang
That's
on.
what they do. That's called a Morocco ginger.
There you go. Okay. Yes. Well, the steam, you know, and the snow, it just instantly goes in your nose and wants to freeze it shut. You know, so, and I forgot to put my hat on just in case I was going to get nailed by a thing. And I should have looked up because the tree has a lot of big chunks of snow that, you know, that's got pretty hard. So I keep thinking it's going to unleash something on my head from above as well.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, so I mean, I hope we get this reprieve because I'm tired of it. 3 weeks of minus 30s is enough already, and it's bitter. And the roads are terrible. It snowed, you know, nonstop through this whole mess. But we'll see. We'll see. These cold fronts, you know, it's like, oh, you know, Tuesday it'll be warm, and then all of a sudden it's like Thursday it'll be warm. Then it turns into Monday because they kind of continue. But this is the stuff that's heading down. Like all of this entire once it's a jet stream comes down, it does this Alberta Clipper effect. So the Ohio storms, the snow they had there was right from this world. So, yep.
So it's supposed to warming up for you as what?
It would be probably about 10 Fahrenheit, 10 or 12 Fahrenheit.
So what it is here right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's bathing suit weather after what we've been used to. So, but I mean, even up north, like where Carol lives or grew up, which is about 100 miles lives. Yeah. 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 When I tell her like I need space,
Right.
and she's 18.
She's like, and go somewhere else, Rob.
I know. It's funny, like this, the only good thing about this pandemic is because I traveled so much, all my, you know, time with her more or less, that I thought like, okay, we're going to be together now and I have not been since January of 2020 was the last time I was out of town, and it was San Diego. And I've been home every night since. So I figured by now we would not kill each other. We'd get on our nerves, right? Like, you know, what are you doing? Didn't you take out the garbage? Like we'd get mad at each other. But we haven't even had an argument, you know, which is weird.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Well,
she wants to warm you up. She's like, "Oh, Dad, please don't go outside again."
She's like, "Are you okay?" She's always like, "Careful." But no, we have polite disagreements, like, and you know, and stuff like. You know, they were feeling a little down today because they thought maybe I brought COVID to the house. But
what?
Her and Stephanie called me into the living room here, our family room, and said, we need to have a family discussion. And they closed the TV down and everything. I'm like, what did I do? Like, did I, you know, I do I'm really good as a person. So, and then they said, don't laugh. You're supposed to say you are. Anyway. And then they said, like, Stephanie got her booster shot this week on Tuesday, so her third Moderna, and she always reacts. So she was like with a flu, not like a fever, a little bit of a fever, you know, sore, laying down. And Carol's been, you know, like stuffed up, and I thought I was a little stuffed up as well.
No, guys.
I know, and then so they want to have a talk, thinking that I brought COVID into the house. I'm like, I didn't even I'm working from home. And, but anyway, we laughed about it, but that's about as crazy as it gets here. Right. So, or I told him it was violent today, like the weather. Cause it was awful when I went to go get this bird seed. And
did you go into the store or did you just pick it up?
I went into the store, but like I said, the stores here, when it's this cold, they're not really that busy. Right. So I avoided everybody. You know, I normally never use even the scan machines because we try to pay, you know, you try to keep employees working there. So Carol and I always have said we'll always utilize the the checkouts with people. But this one I did use the scan thing and had big giant gloves and everything, just to get the bird seed. Just because those poor little guys, if I took a picture of them, it was the saddest thing in the world. At least 8 or 10 sparrows, all like this, looking forward, no food. I didn't know it ran out this morning, but yeah, he didn't even tell me. So he's looking at me.
Well, the hummingbirds are freezing on Vancouver.
Oh,
Yeah.
those poor hummingbirds. Oh my goodness. I saw a sparrow today. It was about this big on the tree by the house. I'm like, why aren't you down in Florida?
No,
Yeah,
Listen.
they don't go there.
I don't even know what they would eat. Like I keep thinking, like, there's trees with little seeds and berries, but when it gets this cold, I'm like, what are these guys going to eat to survive? So that's the thing, is 25 to 30% of them don't survive the winters up here. Oh, my fingers are on the hole again, right? You probably can hear me. So I said I'm going to feed them, and I'll feed them right through till spring. And I have good neighbors too. They're feeding birds as well. So, but
I got to get more bird feed tomorrow. I saw some birds today on the light post. That like they were all in a line, and I'm wondering if there's some kind of warmth coming from the light post, because
I was thinking of power wire, but do you guys have LED or those halogen lights there still?
probably
I know they're switching many. LED won't be very.
they're not LEDs.
Okay, then they might get some.
Yeah.
They've changed all ours to LED, which, LED is a weird thing, but they don't really give off heat either, right?
Right.
I mean, my truck has LEDs, and I came back from up north, where Athabasca, where Carol is. It was minus 43, I think, today, and it's only 100 miles north of here. But I remember driving from there in a snowstorm, and I couldn't see like 10 feet in front of me, and I thought, this is crazy. And then when I got home, there's like 3 inches of ice on my headlights, because they don't heat the ice, they just freeze.
Right.
And it was like, like putting, a skating rink on them. So now I know to stop every once in a while and kick them off. But
Be careful.
Yeah.
So Carol, I know you don't want to be on camera, but you haven't been painting lately?
No, not during the Christmas break. I'm going to start again this next week.
we've been eating, basically.
What did you guys have today? What did you eat today? Tell us. We want to
What
know.
did we eat today?
Chinese food. Japanese food.
What? Today or today? What did you have for lunch? Carol eats like oddest eater in the world.
I don't
You probably don't.
No,
A
she's
peanut butter
not.
sandwich. She
toast with peanut butter.
she made a toast with
That's
peanut butter,
odd.
and then I said I'm gonna have a peanut butter because she likes peanut butter as well,
And I had a whole bunch of strawberries.
and strawberries. Yeah, but I I watched her make this peanut butter sandwich. Would you put butter on your bread and then peanut butter? Like something's weird with that.
Toast?
Yeah, I guess.
Unless it has butter on it.
Yeah, so she puts butter on it, and then she puts peanut butter on it. I thought, it's peanut butter.
Nice. What kind of peanut butter? Is it Canadian peanut butter?
I have two. I've got the peanut butter that I can't remember what his name is, that has that giant jar behind him that time. It was and then I bought a very good one, but Carol likes Kraft peanut butter.
Kraft? Like in Kraft macaroni and cheese, they have peanut butter?
Is it Kraft or what? No,
Not in our
don't use
country.
it,
You mean Jif?
no, I know what Jif is. Squirrel peanut butter. Is it Kraft? That must be Canadian. Here, bring it here. So it's not your 100% natural. I love natural peanut butter, but we put it in the.
Yeah, me too, like this. You know how I like it? I go like this. Spoon
Yeah.
into the jar, into my... Kraft has peanut butter? You guys. No, that's...
It's the number one staple in Canada. If anybody says what peanut butter do you get, this is what they're gonna say, unless they're like you, where it's more natural.
You can get smooth or crunchy.
Yeah, this is smooth. Carol likes smooth. I like crunchy, but I let her win because she's
I didn't
the.
know that. You can buy crunchy.
No, I like crunchy because I'll eat any. I like peanut butter. But
Carol likes that Kraft one too.
Yeah, it's actually it's like the most popular for sure up here. I thought you guys had standard down there.
I've never seen that. We do. There's Kraft macaroni and cheese and Kraft. I don't know what else there is. I just that stuff. But yeah, no. That's sort of like when you go to other countries and you see a certain kind of like. I had a Nissan Sentra 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was this particular Nissan. They don't even make them here, or you can't get them here anymore. They're all over Mexico.
Nissan Sentras?
This particular one that I had 25 years ago. They're everywhere. It's the strangest thing. Yeah, we like to put Patricia likes smooth. Patricia also puts butter, and Grace. They both put butter on before. And Carl.
I just thought it was weird, like because there's peanut butter, and I know it's just. Yeah, we're having our first argument now, so.
Or we're gonna stay and watch. Okay, so you guys had peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah. So, but for supper, and strawberries, but for supper we had
Did you smash the berries onto the bread? See, I'll take berries and smash them on with my bread and on my peanut butter.
Yeah. So she washes, like we'll find, like, I mean, especially for here, it's not the greatest to get fruit, but she'll just wash them whole, and we'll eat them as we constantly walk by the island. Grab another strawberry, and just keep eating them, right? I love strawberries. But for supper, we had, if any Canadians on, I'm not sure if Karen's on, but we have a restaurant. It's kind of like a chain called Edo. And so it has sushi and kind of like a teriyaki chicken combination, vegetables. And so we had that with brown rice. And Carol likes goizas. Goizas are down there, right? So she's a goiza fanatic. So, but we've been eating, but I've been eating less chocolate. There's no more chocolate in the house. So
there isn't. It's all gone.
The stuff that I like is gone. So we have like a Cadbury caramel. Do you guys have caramel down there, or
what is
Cadbury caramel bar? Get the one chocolate bar, Carol. I just want to see. It's the big one. It was the weird. I won't eat it because it should be in the basket. She thinks I ate it. No, because it's salty caramel type taste, right? It looks like a Cadbury caramel. Maybe I chucked it.
We get Cadbury eggs.
Yeah, we have those Cadbury's and dairy milk. I guess. Yeah. So
milk. Wait a minute.
So this is
drink. Ooh.
So this is dairy milk. Do you guys have that? I think that's Cadbury. Yeah, it's Cadbury.
I think I've seen that in Jamaica or somewhere. I don't think I've seen it here. Whoa.
So this is salted caramel milk chocolate. So that's a no-go for me because it wasn't dark chocolate or milk chocolate. If it was milk chocolate, I would have said I'm not eating it, and then it would have been gone 3 days later, right? So
yeah, we like the Cadbury bunny. You know what I bought, Grace? Do you know what did I get you today, Gracie? Oh, that's Karen's favorite. I got her some what did I get you, Mom? You know, that alcohol stuff. The Cadbury bars with caramel, yeah. So there's what's the stuff that she likes? What do you put in your coffee? Not Kahlua, but Bailey's.
Oh, okay.
Bailey's salted caramel.
That's odd, but it's like a chocolate.
It's a drink. It's a liqueur.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
They have regular Bailey's. Then they have a dark chocolate coffee flavored Bailey's. Now they have salted caramel and almond milk Bailey's.
Almond milk, yeah. We have a Bailey's chocolate of some sort, but I'm not a fan of liqueur. It's got to be pure chocolate or something like it.
Or
a Kit Kat. Yeah, or Kit Kat's about as much as I get off the beaten path. But was that Karen?
Bars for you?
What's that?
No Snickers bars for you?
I like Snickers, but I'm trying to avoid it. I talk about like Nutella, like I've got a shelf of it.
That was funny.
That was the Karen. I can't see the comments, but was that Karen from Canada, Karen?
Yes.
Yeah. So Karen, thank you. Karen and I went from grade 1 right through to high school and such. But anyway, yeah. For me, like I say, you would think that's all I eat is Nutella, but maybe we had that jar. I think I showed about 3 or 4 months ago, but I can't, right? Because I have a bit of a blood sugar kind of thing going. It's not really like a diabetic, we'll call it full blown, but I have to be very careful. So, or yeah, I would be eating Nutella on bread all day if I could. So, but yeah, that one's for Patty. So since I know she loves it.
That was very funny.
Yeah. And that was from Karen. Karen actually had sent that to me because she says, I thought about you when I saw this. So, yeah.
So from first grade on?
Yeah, first grade through to grade 12. And then we lived our life. And I hadn't talked to Karen probably for, it was only about 35 years or so. And then, or something like that. Yeah. And then on Facebook, we crossed paths and kind of reminisced a little bit about the good old days. And so, yeah.
From and here she is.
Yep.
Thank you, Rob Morocco.
She was a class act person all the time. So absolutely perfect. So.
Well, maybe May 24th, you guys will be in New York.
Are you doing New York in May 24th?
Yeah.
I wish,
because they haven't let me announce it yet, but it's the save the date. Hey, speaking of, is there a wedding? Are there wedding date planned yet where you guys are going to be doing?
No, I asked Steph and she said, I said, do you have a date? And she goes, well, not really. And I said, like, we're talking like months. I said, or, and she goes, years, Papa. And I said, okay. So it's like I say, I don't know, who knows, but no, nothing for sure in the near future. So she's living the good life. She stays here. Like she lives here at home. Right. And she visits Tyler or Tyler, visit her. But yeah, she's here every night, she's fastidious with certain things. She does her work here and she loves it here because she has the run of the house, basically. So
I can't figure out how she does her work with those nails.
And she was on today on a court case and just goes at it. So,
and her nails are long.
Yeah, as fast as you can possibly speak. She's doing every word. It's crazy.
Incredible. Good for her.
Yep. Yeah. She's a really good kid.
That's really cool. Congratulations.
It was all my doing if I let it. Yeah. I'm trying to instigate a fight to see what happens.
Yeah. You're probably gonna have to jump off. Have you started the Seinfeld set?
Not yet. She was a little bit out with this flu shot. Now she's feeling much better. She's not home tonight, but I wanted to do it with her. She's such a big Seinfeld fan, and so we're gonna set it up on in our dining room and start doing the little thousands of pieces, right?
So what's happening where you are right now as far as COVID protocol and being out? And is there anything?
It's pretty high. Like they haven't changed anything yet. They're kind of letting it run here in Eastern Canada. I was talking with my Montreal office today, and they're still fining people, for curfews in the evening. Restaurants are closed, all bars, casinos, and sporting events. Not so much here. Our province is kind of doing the England, Boris Johnson, like let it run. But we had I think today was 7,000 cases for Alberta, which is the highest it's ever been. And our hospitalizations are rising. The ICU isn't so much, but the kids, yeah, it's rising. But the kids are, I think there's 4 or 5 times more of the younger kids that are going into pediatric hospitals because of it. So yeah, stay homes, all that kind of stuff, work orders. And I'm back at just working from home, not going to the office. So yeah, I got to be a bit more careful.
Do you have I've talked to a couple of people that work in corporate world, my mayor for one, who's a VP of a company, and a lot of her people are sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of peer companies that I talk to during the day. Many are, very short staff, as well as, ourselves, like in our US divisions, we have people that are quarantining. We're really careful in our Edmonton facility. We have pretty big office space, and I made sure when we set this one up that we had all individual offices for everybody with doors. And so we follow the rules pretty good. They're all the entire facility is vaccinated here. And so far we're okay, knock on wood, but this one I think is going to run everybody. So,
yeah. Trying to, yeah. So, thank you for the double Morocco. Sorry that the drum roll went on too long. There was a 5-second and then there was a 30-second, and I thought if I start it right now, but it went through. So
I was thinking, what was that? Because we had a helicopter fly over our house, and I was thinking that noise was just back from the helicopter to you. It looked like, I thought it was a police helicopter, but it was like a STARS air ambulance. For us, that's the emergency ambulances going up north to help save people. So
yeah, I live near the hospital, not close, but near that, and it goes over this way. This is I just did a drum roll. Wait, where'd it go now? Oh. But it was really long. And I tried to stop it, and I couldn't stop it. And then you did it, and then it was like, everybody goes, they didn't
the emergency ambulance is going up north. There you go. Well, you should have that putapang or whatever, the drum beat for the end of the joke at the end of that. So
yeah. I had, but they would keep going to work. Yeah. Oh, of course. Oh, my niece. So are you guys watching anything?
So what are we watching, Carol? We watched, there's a thing called Bosch on Amazon, BOSCH, I think. And it's a 7-season detective series that I read in the newspaper is one of the best. So we were watching that. And what else were we watching? What's the one with the woman that was, she was a stripper and then lived in a normal family, and I can't remember what it's called.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not a porn stuff, but it's some UK special that's pretty well. Bosch was one. He's going to be like kind of like there's a thing called Chicago PD. I don't know if you ever watched that series.
Great likes that stuff. Me, I'm like, just let me watch an animal video and I'm better off.
Yeah, she'll like Bosch, a little bit pleasanter version of Hank and Chicago PD, but it's kind of interesting. So we've been watching that, and we've been trying to grab movies of some sort. I'm trying to remember what the heck we just watched. It's like, that's how brain dead we are. That's why we get along.
Movie, what was it? I don't even remember. No idea.
That's why we.
I don't even know the name of it now, and we're watching it.
Yeah, we don't even argue because we forget 2 minutes after what we're arguing about. No, but there's so many. So if you looked at what we tape on regular television, I mean, we're watching the Larry Davis show. We're watching Ghosts on a network show, which we think is hilarious. We watch all the Law and Orders. So there's 3 that we tape, and so on and so on. So there's like dozens of shows that are in queue waiting for us to watch, and they continue cropping up, right? So, and then we throw Netflix, Amazon, Apple, whatever, we go into to find something. And one you won't know is called The Big Tour, which is with Jeremy Clarkson, the guys that were in a show called Top Gear. Unless you're a car fanatic, you would know it, but they were the world's most popular car show. And so they've got a very interesting series going to different countries, being idiots as they are. So stuff like that. But yeah, not so much like Gary Lambert in depth, kind of, right into it, where we're kind of like,
I stayed in a hotel once, and it was during a heat wave. So our gig didn't happen right away, and it was when that apartment fire happened in Paris.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it was like 120 degrees. And so Rolf and I were in our hotel, and they put us in a room each, and it was on the side where the sun was just blasting into our rooms. No air conditioning.
Yeah.
At all. And I would just go to sleep. And the only thing that was in English was that, what's the one you said? SVU?
Law and Order.
It was that this channel, all they had on it was Law and Order. So I watched Law and Order for like 26 hours one day because I was so hot. Rolf's like, I'm not doing anything, just drink water. Then I finally had them move us to the other side of the hotel. I'm like, can we move over there? Like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead. Because we were literally burning up in this hotel room.
Yeah, and see, we watched Sandra Bullock. Was that Unforgiven?
Oh, I love her. She's so cool.
Yeah, so she had her new movie.
It was an old
No,
one.
that one just came out.
No, there's the one where she was in prison.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was. Today was Don't Look Up was the #1 streamed movie for Netflix ever, and then Sandra Bullock was second. So, and there's a third one that's done by what's the guy that I'm not a fan of, Gyllenhaal or Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, I mean he's like, I don't know, he just strikes me as strange. But his sister directed this third movie. Yeah, and this new movie that's out is the third most popular and gaining traction. I don't know. It was in the newspaper, and I thought I'll take a look because Netflix has the #1, #2, #3 in Canada. You know, you can your menu will say what are the top.
Stay close. Stay close.
Yeah, that's it. That's
okay, that's what Suzanne said. Stay close. I'm gonna write that. We'll start that, Grace. So, and Patty, another Patty, Patricia, tie-dye Patty's watching Uncle Buck. I cry every time. I cry. I just cry through the whole movie.
Yeah, John Candy was such a gentleman. You know, anybody you knew in Canada, he's a hero. There's one that's a little offbeat. It's the one with the Jamaicans bobsled team. You know, Cool Runnings. I'm not sure if you saw that, but that's yeah. But even Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which everybody's seen a lot, we watch it. And actually, we watched a lot of Home Alone, which is weird because the only part that my daughter will tell me it's coming, Dad, and it's the one where she always goes sideways and goes, Kevin, like she screams Kevin out, right? So that's my favorite thing, I guess, is Kevin. But
and you guys are watching Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, well, because of the Seinfeld connection and our strange humor. So every night, Stephanie works, let's say in the morning, if it's early, we have this thing to watch a Seinfeld. So we've watched every Seinfeld a million times. We're talking since 2013 when she was just old enough to get that kind of weird humor to now, all the time. So we've watched it so we can mimic everything. We know the background scenes. Oh, look, he's got the, thing hanging on the wall again, that kind of stuff. It's just.
Look at this, got more cereal up there. Do you know, I think I've mentioned this in the past. For many years, I had a steady gig on Thursday nights when Seinfeld first started. So I saw it maybe once and didn't see it for 3 years. And there's still, every once in a while, I'll catch one and go, I haven't seen this one. And I got all excited because I hadn't seen whatever. But Man Hands is my favorite.
Oh my God. I love that one.
All time favorite.
The Man Hands, the model where she's got the hands that can, and Jerry's in her purse and crushes her hand. That's like Steph and I's one of our favorites, right? And so everything.
11. It's not your 11-11, it's Patty's.
11 channel. 11 channel. 11 channel.
That's how Rob. Is that how you dance on the dance floor, Rob?
11 channel. With
Carol, is Rob a dancer?
right now.
Janet asked that it looks natural that I'm a better dancer than you, I think is what she said. Yeah. You know, I'm actually a pretty cool.
Good.
Remember my age, because in the early 80s, and we were dating like in, 80 or 81, that time frame. So I mean, she had the giant hair wave thing. uh yeah, thanks for telling us. Right, I'll find a picture and put it on Facebook. But
Did you perm your hair?
her,
Yes.
oh god, she
Did?
had
Okay.
her and her friends with big hair, right? Did you guys backcomb it to get it that high? Like, how the heck? So, because the one interesting thing people don't know is that I worked for, there's a hair company called Aveda
Oh,
and
yeah.
Matrix. So I worked for them back, I think it was like 80, God, I can't even remember, because I couldn't get like I wanted to work with a pharmaceutical company. I needed root, sales experience. And so I got on with them. And I went to Minneapolis, where Horace had his huge Veda studio, and spent a lot of time there learning about everything. And it was pretty cool. I did it for exactly 1 year to get the experience, and then went to the job that I had wanted. Right. And I've been here ever since. But yeah, so I was good with the hair. I mean, I was like an Italian fashion, hair cutter. So I was like, I'd go to these, like, working for the company, you would have professional salon stylists, like the best in the US, in these auditoriums. And because I was the product manager of, the perms or whatever, I didn't know how to do anything. But I could go up there and you go to a model's hair, and I go, yeah, this is a dry, but, and fluff a little bit. But no, we can do something with this. And go to the one sitting next to her and go, how does this look? And then one of the stylists that would laugh, he goes, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. This never cut hair in his life. And they're looking at me like ready to kill me. So I was like an idiot back then, but I was having fun. So, but yeah, I did that. And that's why, like I say, the hair, Carol was good with hair, but we went from new wave to punk to normal. And yeah. So, well, you had punk hair a little bit.
Never.
You had the red spike hair.
Never had it.
I shaved like all this off. I'd have long hair, and then I'd have it shaved in the back, and then I would put it up, and it would be all shaved.
Oh wow, kind of. There's a singer, a younger singer that does the whole side shaved and one hair off. Who? Halsey. That's it, Halsey. I don't know who Halsey is.
I just know who Jenna Mamina and Carl Hess are. I don't know any.
That's it. Yep, the same thing.
Well, gosh, you guys, so fun. So, Stay Close. That's on Netflix.
Yeah,
That's Maggie Gyllenhaal. Thank you, Suzanne. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie, yeah. I think she's great. I don't know what it is with her brother. Maybe it was some show that he just made me mad, like a character of some sort, but I've never connected to him. So,
or if you think they're really cool, and then you meet the real person and go, they're kind of a jerk, and I don't think I really like them anymore.
Yeah, like I met Red Fox. I remember Red Fox from Sanford and Son.
Sure.
So, and in Vegas, and I saw his show, and it was, they probably should have had more warnings. Oh my God. Like, he picked on parents that may have brought their older daughter with them. And then after the show, we talked a little bit outside, because he was really being friendly. I think he had a little bit of booze in him, but he was exactly the same way, like making comments about women that were walking by, and just, I was like, oh my God, you're the guy at the junkyard, the nice guys. But it depends, right? So people are people.
That was quite a while ago. They saw him in Vegas also.
They did it. This was 1981 when I saw him. So
probably.
Yep.
I saw Eddie Murphy Raw.
I remember.
Raw. And that was in like 86.
Yeah, just after Saturday Night Live and his movie.
Whole leather jumpsuit thing, or leather jacket, leather pant thing. My brother and I went, and I was like, whoa. Have you ever seen Doug Stanhope?
I can't connect it.
You've never seen, you'll be like this.
Okay. It's like the fellow
That
from
was really funny. Oh, I'm not supposed to be laughing.
it's like the guy that I was surprised me came out here and did a comedy tour. He was with Full House. Is it Full House?
Mm-hmm.
Where they had the little little daughter, and the dad. Yeah, he's got his very blue
Which
humor.
one?
What's that?
Which one? The one
The father, like so the father of the kids. Yeah, so he's
dark
like,
and kind of cute one?
yeah, dark haired.
He's not
extremely,
now?
absolutely. He would be his shows. Of course, they do that. Because they have to find their shtick, we'll call it. But he is off color as you've never seen. So yeah. It's kind of like Ross.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah, you would think, but so those guys do a good job. I guess some people act like they are, and then other people can do all these different roles. So I find that interesting. So we haven't met a lot of celebrities. I think, like you say, just here and there and whatever, because Canadians you could have, maybe not the Queen, but you could have name the star walking down the street and nobody's going to go, hey, how, like go up. They're just going to take a look and go, I think that's what's her name, and carry on, right? And they're just, because they're polite, nobody runs up and does anything, right?
Like in LA, pretty much.
Yeah. In LA, I'm sure.
Don't walk up to Timothy. I met Frank Zappa in a store with my friend Bleecker Bob. But
oh, wow. That would be.
You got to meet Frank Zappa. I'm like, of course I have to meet Frank Zappa.
Oh.
They were best friends. So we went over and Frank, but I'm going, there's Timothy Hutton and there's such and such. Bob Saget.
Bob Saget, correct, yeah. Very, 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 very much so. And proud of it. Because, his things that he did up here in Canada.
He was on, help me. There was like the equivalent of Sex and the City with the boys in LA, who was the Hollywood star. And the brother and the two other friends, they all grew up together in Jersey.
Unrest Develop? No. Is that with the group? With Jeremy something?
Yeah, Jeremy Jordan was in it. He was the manager. Okay.
I keep thinking like I can't remember. I never watched it.
Anyway, Bob Saget was in that show. As a cameo. They're like, we're partying with Bob Saget, and he's partying with some kind of a young girl. Yeah. Oh, so cool.
On tour. That's it. Yeah, I never watched the show. I watched, I think, half an episode. I'll have to.
It's up with them. Super. No, Entourage.
Entourage, yeah.
Cute guy and his brother who's trying to make it big, and he got in, and then they actually made a movie. They did like they just did a male Sex in the City, but in LA.
So I heard today they took out Chris Noth's cameos even in the supposedly end of the Sex in the City episodes, right? They removed them completely. So
it's been
he died.
He died in the second. He died at the end of the first show.
Yeah.
Second show was his funeral. And been referring to him, she's dealing with the loss of her husband. And since all the news has come out, they've taken him out of, I think he's in the last 2 episodes, they re-edited that.
Yeah. That's, I guess, fall to grace quickly, right? So it's like you're saying, if it's deserving, then it's deserving, right? So, but like I say, even we watch all news things, and sometimes it's like Chris Cuomo, that whole governor thing. It's kind of made me scratch my head a little bit as to like but I guess all things being crazy. I don't know if power corrupts all. Carol's like, he's got to keep his hands to himself. Yes,
and mouth.
Yeah. They're. We're like, I'm Italian, of course, full Italian, but it's very quiet in my world. But I know some Italian families out Eastern Canada, that they're like that, like, loud and, controlling and very aggressive. And so that's not my world, or anybody I know here. So I don't have. I took off all my gold chains. I don't have anything hanging. You know, my name's not Roberto. It's Rob. You know.
It's not Roberto. You weren't born
Well,
Roberto.
No, I 3/4 of people. It's Mario. Yeah. Some of my family call me Roberto, of course. My friends, my dad calls me Robbie. I think. Robbie. You know, Carol calls me Rob. That's it.
Oh, Rob.
I don't. It's funny. Like you could have called me 100 different names, but she doesn't. So one day I'll tell you, Rob. I'd prefer Robert all these years, but that's okay. Yeah, call me Robert.
Robert? Okay, we're going to call you Robert from now on.
Oh, that's usually a trouble.
Robert Morocco.
Robert, and then any initial you like, because I don't have a middle name.
Oh.
Morocco, so my sister has a middle name.
That could be a game here on the show. We could come up with a middle name for you. That'll be a show maybe next week. You guys start thinking of a good middle name for Rob. Yeah, 2.5 Men. Hi. Oh, I know. Hey, Laura. Hi, Laura McCormick. How are you? Dr. Laura McCormick's here. She's in California. Aren't they cool? I know you would love these. You would love these shades. They're called Optiques. They were in the clearance bin.
If Dr. McCormick's from California, she must be related to Maureen McCormick, I guess, or from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, Laura, are you related to Maureen McCormick? That's Marsha.
Marsha, yeah.
Marsha. Oh, my nose.
I know, that's just, the football scene. So.
Grace likes Laura too. We love Laura. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. I'm starting to. Laura's cool. Dr. Laura. You know, I have a Dr. Laura. I met Dr. Laura once. Dr. Laura.
The real Dr. Laura?
The real Dr. Laura. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
We were both being interviewed at a radio station in Detroit. I was with Mitch Albom, and then she was guesting Hersha. Marsha. Is that your cousin? And she walked through, and I had on leather pants. I had on this really cool, I don't know, a black, whatever. And Andre was there, and she looked over at me, and I go, hi, Dr. Laura. She goes, nice pants. And I said, can I approach you? She goes, you betcha. So for a long time on my bio, it said, nice pants, quote, nice pants, Dr. Laura Schlesinger. No, she's not related to Marsha.
Okay. I thought California. It's only 38 million people or something like that, or 40
And
million.
that was Eve Plum? Was that her name? Jan was Eve Plum.
See, I like Jan. Like Marsha was like an attention getter, so Jan was the nice, polite one. Sorry.
Yeah, Marsha was kind of, and their skirts were so short.
I know.
Goodness, they would even be walking around there like this. Like, yeah, don't fall on the altar like I did today. Guys, try to never fall on an altar at a church. No matter what you're doing. Grace like Rob. We need to come up with it. We could be Rob.
Yeah, Rob Star, Morocco, like S for Star.
I don't know what happened to Dr. Laura. I think she fell into, I think it got a little messy.
Yeah, her syndicated talk show, I think she had a lot of controversy toward the end. And it's when everybody became polarized and stuff like that. So kind of the Rush Limbaugh kind of, way it went.
My brother had one of her cups. I'm my kid's mom.
I'm my kid's mom. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, we don't know where someone Google it. Where's Dr. Laura? She's probably sitting in her house in Florida. I'm thinking.
Probably.
Florida.
Yeah, I'm not thinking she's worried about money at this point here. So, but
yeah, she couldn't be politically correct. That's why we don't talk politics here at all. So
yeah,
good. But by next Friday night, we'll have a middle name action for you.
Yeah.
I start thinking, and you can pick the best one.
Okay, and then I will adopt that as my middle name. So, because I've always felt bad all my life, like in
No.
school, you know, what's your middle name?
Did you
Carol
have a,
Pat?
what do you call it, confirmation name?
For me, my confirmation and communion name was John. So, because my best friend John at the time, that was his name, and I said, yeah, I'd like to go with John. Yeah, that was I don't know if most of the people on this that aren't like pure Italian craziness. I mean, my sister and I, she was 1 year different than me in age, and we did it. We looked like we were getting married. She had like the great big wedding dress. I had the suit. We had the little picture on the, you know,
For your
kneeling.
communion.
Yeah, and
I
confirmation.
had a wedding dress for my communion.
So we did our communion and confirmation together, and I look at that and I go, wow, that's an event. It was a huge thing, and we had like 200-300 people at our reception for having this communion, and it was bigger than my wedding, you know. But it's just odd, right? And friends would come over and see this picture because my mom would put it on one of the counters, and it's both of us, like my sister with her giant wedding dress, and we were like 10, I don't know, a grade 4 or 5 or something like that, and me with my suit, and we had our praying hands on the kneel down, and they're like they would walk into our house like from school. You invite them over, and they would just stop, and they would just be looking at this picture. Every time I'd have to explain, I could say, "Mom, don't show this picture anymore."
I didn't share my sister. Well, Kevin Kuhn, the writer, the author, Kevin Kuhn, that comes on the show, he and I went to First Communion together.
Oh, did you guys really? Wow.
I had a long white, I didn't wear a veil. I wasn't into the veil thing, but I did wear a long white dress. Everybody else had short little, you know, like cute little dresses. I had a long old hippie dress with clogs probably, or earth shoes.
I'll see if I can dig up the picture. I may have it with my sister, and I'll post it either on Facebook, or I'll see if she'll be too embarrassed. Liz sees my Facebook stuff all the time, right? So, but
You
she
can
may be like,
one post.
so there'll be like 900 relatives and cousins going like, "Hey, Liz," like, you know, and she'll be wondering what it is. No, Bianca was 5 years older, so it would have been weird if we did them together. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I just remember explaining, like, because you know, I was not like a popular guy, but people would always come over and they would just walk in our room, and the first thing they would do is I'd have to go back and find them because they're just like fixated at this picture and they don't know what to say, and they're just like frozen, and I have to explain the whole process, you know. And they're from a Catholic school, and they couldn't figure it out, right? Because yeah, for us, like for them, like I didn't do it with our school because the church was across the street, but it's just like the simple little whatever. But for the Italian, it was like the story, right? You know, which is pretty cool. It was interesting.
Together, you did your first communion and your confirmation together. That was we did communion in 3rd grade and confirmation, I think, in 8th.
Oh yeah, no, this was all elementary for us, but we did confirmation. I think it was grade 4, and communion was grade 3. But we did it all at once at an Italian church, Santa Maria Goretti. And so there were like 900 kids in there of all the Italians. It just looked like massive wedding, you know, so it was cool.
What about your, what's the other thing that we had to do? Confession.
Yeah. I had to think of things to say to the priest. Like I didn't know what to say.
My mom, really funny. Gracie, next time you're on the show, you have to tell everybody your confession story. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like now I'd probably be there for like the next 6 months, like explaining, oh yeah, I did this and oh I did that. But when I was a kid, I would have to like, you know, I think I even invented something I did because I didn't have anything in grade 2 or 3. Yeah. And we were like, oh, what am I gonna say? And then I did my 10 Hail Marys and whatever, and it was okay. So but
Maria Goretti? Who is Maria Goretti?
Santa Maria Goretti. So just outside of Rome. She was, I think she was 17 or 18 in the 1800s, and she, someone wanted to, it was either trying to rape her back then, and she fought him off, and she was like, she chose to die and something with God. So she became she was canonized and then a saint. So I actually visited where she is, and it's kind
I
of
I need to read more about this Maria.
Santa Maria or Saint Maria Goretti.
Maria, Santa Maria.
But we went to their house, like the place where she grew up, and she was actually enshrined there in wax, like, you know, there after she passed away. So she's actually there, still visible.
In wax.
Yeah, it's like completely covered in wax, some kind of weird setup like that. So
What?
yeah, it's you'll have like hundreds and hundreds of people lined up each day to go into that.
She was a survivor. She's this survivor, cool woman, and she's encosted.
Yeah, she died. This person killed her. She chose. I think it was kind of there was a decision to be made. You know, she would rather die than to be soiled by this rapist back then. And there's a big story behind it, and it shows it there. But so she you know, I guess kneeled and he killed her, and somehow there's some you know, like, you know, in the world of being a saint, you know, there have to be miracles post, you know, and prior and all this kind of stuff. So they went through it, but yeah, it's a really sad, you know, story.
Oh, yeah. I need to know all about it. She was canonized quickly, according to, and yeah, Carl, the South Park episode where Cartman goes to confession is really funny.
There's a Seinfeld one, if anybody ever has watched, where he went into a confession thing to talk to a priest, and he's sitting on the pew, and it's just like this casual, funny thing, right? So I don't know if you remember seeing that, but it made me laugh.
Isn't that the same one? That's not where Raquel Welch walks like this, is it?
Oh, the one where they don't swing their hands, right?
Yeah.
And then and then there was a woman from Saturday Night Live in that episode. Who's a superstar woman? Mary Catherine, whatever. So she was on that episode. She worked at Elaine's office, and everybody made fun of her because she wouldn't swing her arms. And then Elaine had to talk with her, and then she goes, "Thank you for letting me know this." She goes, "Is it better if I do this?" And starts wiping out her desk like with her arms. So, yeah.
Yeah,
but that's when Raquel Welch was in as well. So
encosted is in wax.
Yeah.
Her body, she's in wax. Are you sure about that?
You know, I'll double check, but I'm sure. I got it from the Italians that I was with when we were there. You can see her. Like I think she's covered in a coffin with something showing, if I remember correctly. But it was, I was there in 1980 was the last time I saw it. So, but yeah, I remember the buildings and everything. It was just very sad. I mean, Italy takes it to a different level. There's places there. There's one called the Sandissima, or the kind of like, I'm trying to think about it, how you say it in English, but someone had survived the miracle there, and they built a huge thing that people by the thousands, visit it, on a daily basis, right? So it's pretty big. So
I'm thinking that people are going to start wanting to make a pilgrimage to my Solar Mary. Someday
in the vehicle,
going to town. Yeah, she didn't do that for 8 years, and then all of a sudden one day, tick 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 tick.
Oh no way!
TikTok sound. It was Mary over there praying.
It could be a sign. It could be a sign, right?
Yeah. May 24th. May 24th. Everybody, just kind of lightly put it in pencil.
That's a nice time for New York.
Yeah. Do you have any place in New York where you have to work, like where you could be a worker?
Yeah, we have our corporate head office for the world is in Stanford, so just across the river, right?
Stanford.
So, but yeah, they're putting me to hold a date for March. We're thinking of doing a Complete Americas meeting somewhere in the States in March something, but COVID depending. I'm not comfortable with that at this stage yet, but we'll see what happens, right?
Hey, tell them you'll move it to May 22nd or 23rd, because that's a Monday. May 23rd is a Monday.
Okay. Then if I can get there, I'll tell Lambert that he can invite a Deadhead guest from Canada, like Western Canada. I can pretend that I'm a guest. I was a Grateful Dead fan, but not the fanatical type, where you're
Well, here's
constantly following.
what I'd like. Gary will be doing his show that, Father Guido Sarducci, very funny. Gary will be doing his show that Sunday. And I'm going to, I'm going to do a whole thing. It's 120 seats that I need to fill.
120. Well, that should be easy.
It's hard now in these times, but maybe we'll see. But if you know 100 people, then I'm cool.
That's it. And then, or we'll have to walk you in New York where they're doing on the spot, things, and you just pull up and start singing a song like you did with the wedding. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's cool. The Marin Women's Chorus. Yeah, cool. Well, Lillian's giving me a dirty look, kids.
Oh my God, it's 10:30. Is this like 12:30 your time? Wow.
That's fine. We just need to go outside and let me see. What's the temperature? Okay. What is the temperature?
It's 9 degrees.
It's 9 degrees.
So it's 9 degrees. Yes, that's getting there. Is that Siri you're using?
Yes.
So if I said, Siri, wake Jenna up at 4 a.m., like, would she get that now? Just kidding.
You say, Rob, she's still up at 4 a.m.
It's no kidding. I forget the entertainers, the stars never go to bed, right? But
I learned there's a name for it. There's a name for that. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, that's so sweet that I did that. Wait, where did I just write this down? Maybe I wrote it in another pad. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, I wrote it somewhere else. Wait, did I?
2 a.m.s were made for poets, lovers, writers, visionaries, photographers.
What's that?
Who's that? How did you find out? Oh.
A saying.
Oh, Carol's got a saying. But let me show you what's on my Alexa shopping list. I got to clear it before the police come here. Actually, this is these are shows that we've got. You see this Jeopardy one there?
Yeah. Did you watch it tonight?
No, because I saw your post about the lady on Jeopardy, and I said,
"What you gonna do?"
Yeah, I says I gotta watch it, but on my Alexa, what's on my shopping list? Alexa, what's on my shopping list?
You have 5 items on your shopping list. Strawberries. TIE Fighter. AK-47. Fighter jet. Grenade.
So I put that a year ago. I've got like TIE Fighter from Star Wars, AK-47, grenades, and it popped up today, like, and a fighter jet. But I need to take it off. I need to take it off. Yeah.
White bread, butter bread, and some.
I was sitting on this chocolate bar, Carol. It's like no more. Okay.
No more.
I was sitting on it the whole time.
Already.
Yeah.
Like, there's another kind of, what's that in England? The Cadbury Flake. Do you guys have Cadbury Flake?
No, never heard of it.
Oh, it's really
Cadbury
good. It's real light. It's like a candy bar that they whip it with a lot of air, and so then it's just like.
Oh, we have that. That's Aero Bar. You guys have Aero Bars there, no?
Me and my Aero.
Oh, you gotta have an Aero Bar. Yeah, it's got the bubbles in it.
Is it like sea foam? That kind of candy foam? Is it foamy?
Oh, you're thinking Crispy Crunch, or no?
No, the flake in England it's flake.
It's flake. Wow.
That's the,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Excited about it.
you guys have Toblerone though. You're not talking Toblerone.
No,
I feel like a Toblerone bar. Man, I'm just craving one right now.
that sounds good right now.
I wonder if Skip the Dishes can get us a Toblerone bar.
There's probably something in that cupboard that you could have.
Oh, and I know there is, but I won't.
Greater
Oh.
than zero.
You don't have Aero bars there?
I don't think so. We used to have zero bars.
flake.
Zero, I know. I remember Zero, but Aero bar. Wow, I'm gonna have to send you a box of all Canadian
There's
different
Cadbury
chocolate.
Flake here in Canada.
Cadbury Flake in Canada.
Oh, you
so
just
we have a drugstore that has it too. So, but didn't make the growing up with chocolate bars kind of stuff in my world. But
I wonder what other ones we have that you don't have. Do you have Nestle's $100,000 bars?
No.
Or Payday?
no,
Or you have Milky Way
Ruth.
next?
Baby Ruth, I know we don't have for sure.
Baby Ruth? No Baby Ruth?
No, because Babe Ruth was kind of an American, right? So, but no,
Right.
we don't have that.
Hershey, Snickers,
Yeah,
Milky Way.
Hershey's, Snickers.
Three Musketeers.
Yes, we do have that. But the
Um,
one that
Sometimes
there
you
was one
feel
that
that. Almond Joy. Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy, we have that. Yeah,
Mars bars.
Mars bar. Yeah,
Is that one that if you put it in your mouth, it would like shrink and melt?
put it in your mouth and shrink them out. Like
Almost
chocolate?
Sponge, but
Oh, you're talking toffee or sponge toffee.
Ooh,
It was a
that's-
chocolate bar with it was like soft toffee, but it was all full of holes and had chocolate coating. Yeah, but it's like crispy crunch too. But I'm gonna get a bunch of Canadian ones that I know you don't have and send them
No,
to
you're not. All right, we'll do it. We'll do it. You do have M&Ms, right?
M&Ms. Yeah,
Yeah.
Carol's,
Now they have M&M everything. M&Ms with peanuts, M&Ms with peanut butter, dark chocolate M&Ms.
yeah. And see, she takes peanuts, M&Ms with peanuts. If I brought a bag home of that, it's gone. Like it's just about like potato chips.
They're Grace's favorites.
Yeah.
And Reese's, you have Reese's, right?
Reese's Pieces we have, but there are a lot of chocolate bars I bet you don't have that we have. I know I have to send somebody in Houston at our office there Crispy Crunch because they don't have it there. She was a Canadian, so I send with dry ice like dozens of these chocolate bars to her in Houston, so because she can't find them there, and the dry ice will last for X little pack to get it there, but yeah, I could easily send you a lot of chocolate for Grace, right? So
All for Grace, yeah.
yeah,
Don't do it yet. Maybe when we go there, we'll just get candy. We'll do a candy thing, and then we'll all be like watching
that's
movies.
true. Yeah, that's right. We'll take you to a store and you can see everything that like Nielsen is a big one for us up here, and I don't think you have all the ones down there. So it's just
What's that other one? Buns? Do you guys remember Buns? They looked like a turtle kind of thing. Am I saying that right, Julie? I think it was
Buns.
Buns. Pretty sure.
it's so weird that United States and Canada are so similar from everything, right? But yet we have those differences still. So.
The point made a real point with me back in the day. Listen, peeps, to Harry Nilsson. What are you referring to, Julie? Suzanne?
Nielsen chocolate bars.
Is there you were talking about that a second ago.
Yeah, as Nielsen chocolate. That's
Bun.
it. And Nielsen's.
Bun. My grandfather used to sell Bun candies at his bar. Turtles are. I was gifted some turtles the other day. They were white chocolate turtles. They were so strange. Me.
Yeah, I read that white chocolate isn't actually chocolate.
It's just white. It's like
sugar.
wax.
Yeah, the turtles were annihilated here. I don't know how many boxes we went through, but they're gone. No, you ate them all, Carol. So she would count them, and so I found a pack of like turtles that had little stripes on them, and I thought I could incorporate a bunch in the missing holes that I ate. But she was like those kids watching my wedding picture when I was young. She'd lift and just stare at it like, what's going on? She knew right away I was playing games. So that's how bad. Like during the break, we eat chocolate. I'll eat whatever, but now it's back to normal. So trying to be anyway. But anyway, I know it's getting super late here soon.
It's late, and I got to get her outside. So
Right.
thank you for doing a double Morocco tonight. You went above and beyond. Thank you,
Yeah.
Carol.
And if you do need a letter,
Yeah.
choose one, my middle name letter. Go ahead.
P for popsicle cake.
P.
Popsicle cake?
P.
Oh,
Say
it's a
pop-
popsicle cake. Yeah.
There's something called popsicle cake.
Well, remember I showed last week the creamsicle cake that
Yes.
she's still gnawing on it. Like it's, how long has it been? So that's the cake.
Look at how thin it is.
So she puts thin slices. And it's this great cake. It's only for Canadians, so, but, and
Is it a
it's like
popsicle one?
well, it tastes like creamsicle. So the creamsicle, remember with the popsicle?
Yeah, I remember that was New Year's Eve. We talked about that, right?
Yeah, she's still eating it. It's a big giant cake. She's still,
A piece like that's about a half an inch thick.
That's all.
yeah, she does
And then
that.
you go back like an hour later and have another half an inch.
It's frozen. So she keeps it frozen. Like if you defrost it, you'd have to eat it, but she keeps it frozen and slices it. She likes it frozen, but it's better when it's melted.
I hear you. I do that with stuff. I keep it frozen and then I go, well, if it's frozen, actually, because I'm doing this histamine protocol right now, when you make something, I make food, whatever I have for dinner that's hot, I have to put in the freezer right away and it kills the histamines. And then I cook it again the next day.
It does, eh? Okay.
Yeah, because if you just cook something and then put it in the refrigerator, the histamines are created in food that's cooked, but freezing it stops the histamines.
Okay, that's interesting. Because, I mean, there's obviously things that I'm not doing right here, so for sure.
It's a whole other level.
Yeah.
It's not,
Smart.
and I don't do it all, I don't always make it happen correctly, but I'm working on it. So we'll have a histamine conversation one of these days. Got some sunflower flour tonight and some cassava flour. Sunflower. Sunflower seed flour.
Does it look like?
Your fingers are muffling you.
Sorry, my big fat finger got underneath. But does it look like flour? And
Yeah, but it's made out of sunflower seeds.
wow.
Does it work like regular flour?
Haven't used it yet. Maybe I'll make kringlas out of that sunflower
Yes.
flour. Sunflower seed flour. Sunflower seed flour. Okay. P. Oh my goodness me. Oh, P. It could be Robert Paul. No, Zoe. No, don't P in the house. And everybody just pretend you're a mouse. I would just say, hey, everybody, hey, have a beautiful day, 'cause it is 12:51 or whatever now it is. It's morning over here. Oh my goodness, Zoe, she is static electricity. Zoe, girl, look at that tail go, girl. Oh my goodness. Hey, everybody, we gotta pee. That's so funny, pee. Oh my goodness, Robert, Paul, Rob, Peter, Rob, Paul to pay Peter, something like that. I just gotta say, hey, stay safe, stay healthy, be real nice, and stay warm. No Moroccos, no, now without a hat, a mask, muffins, oh, whatever. And I say, hey, everybody have a great day. And pee from your thoughts, make them powerful. From your words, make them Pez-like. And from your heart, Make them powerful. P. Rob. Rob. Rob.
Robbie.
Polonius. We'll come up with that.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care. See you,
Go
James.
hard.
Bye-bye.
Pretty. Bye. Thank you.
Mhm.
Bye. 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 Real hard. I'm telling you, real hard. This glass is kind of. They're not fitting like the other ones. They're kind of making these pretzels are making me thirsty.